So I will do the first half of the talk, which is a more introduction part, and explain what we did technically. And then Thomas, the public administration of Aargau, will give you the demos of what that looks like exactly and how the public administration processes its data. So, just to make it a bit more hands-on, Aargau is a fairly, from the surface, it's a small area of Switzerland, but it does have 700,000 inhabitants, so the public administration is very big. It has a lot of geodata needs and requirements. Yeah, and myself, I work for canton, which is, so just a quick marketing note, sorry. So we exist since 2001 and we're specialized in open source software. Obviously, the GIS area, which is why we're here, but also in enterprise resource planning, software, open source, and infrastructure solutions. Okay, and myself, I work in the Open Office, which is really close to the Aargau area of Switzerland. So, yeah. Okay, so I already did mention the agenda. What we'd like to talk about is how open source software found its way, creeped its way a bit in the public administration of Aargau. And we'll have a focus today on some special automated pipelines for WMS applications. Yeah. Right, so as I just said, the main goal of what we're showing today was to automate publication of geodata in Canton Aargau with open source software. Up to then, only SD software was used. In fact, as I understand, in general, only proprietary software was used, but Aargau had the first experience with community cadastral software, which they chose, and that was a good experience. And so they said, well, we also want to use open source software for public WMS. And it's, obviously there's some licensing reasons for that. There's also, the open data philosophy in Switzerland, which has been gaining momentum. So it seemed like a logical choice to use open source software for the public WMS services. But in this administration, the people gathering the data and doing the symbologies for all the data, for all the layers, they work with ArcGIS Pro. And in a bunch of decentral offices, so it could be, forest administration or road administration, etc. And it just was not conceivable to force all of them to use QGIS to do that. So the goal was that we let the people still use ArcGIS Pro in the decentral offices, but we gather all the thing in a central system and automatically convert it to SLE, which is the styling format for GeoServer, in a way that, as far as possible, that everything could be published automatically on GeoServer-Cloud. In a Kubernetes environment, GeoServer-Cloud is not the topic of our talk. There's some other topics that FOSS or GeoServer-Cloud if you're interested. The main technical challenge here is that ArcGIS Pro uses lyrics format. I don't know if I didn't know before, but it follows CIM data model. I forget what it's called. Do you remember? It's fairly well published, the CIM model, so it is well documented. But it's just a lyrics format from SD. Right, and the goal is to be able to convert that automatically. So we started with the project about 2.5 years ago, and in March we finalized our analysis and found at that time there were no tools that could do that. There's a bunch of tools that talk about converting SV formats to open formats. But at least at that time, there were none that would convert ArcGIS Pro format, which is the newer format compared to ArcMap, to SLE. We did find a library that our colleagues from GeoCat Netherlands started developing, which is called Bridgestone, which they stopped. They're following another strategy now, but we took this as a starting block. And what we did is we saw we could show first proof of concept to the Aargau, saying, it works, but only for some styles. And so over the past 2 years, we iteratively, every time I found something somewhere that the conversion library could not handle, we improved the conversion library, bridge style, and then from time to time we push it back to the original library. Sometimes, although rarely, we would find a bug in GeoServer for rendering, which typically means it's a GeoTools library that GeoServer uses for rendering the symbology of the layers. So, yeah, we also fix those, but that doesn't happen a lot because the GeoTools library itself is very mature. The big gaps are really to that all things that you can do in ArcGIS are they covered by the conversion library, and can it even be expressed in SLE at all? That was the main challenge to figure that out and to complete the library. So that's for the conversion library itself. So that would be you could use that as a command line if you just want to convert once your ArcGIS files to SLE. That's fine, but in this case we want an automated pipeline. So we also developed a REST service, which is called lyrics to SLE. That's also open source. You can use that. This is implemented in Python. And every time you do a styling improvement of the conversion library, you automatically have a new Docker image of the lyrics to SLE. So if you use that in your automation pipelines, you can be sure to always have the latest possibilities for styling conversions. But of course, you need to check if you have any regressions. So be careful about that. But it's an open source project as well. Right, so those were the implementation steps and some technical details. And now I will pass the word to Thomas, who will show you, will explain a bit more about how exactly the public administration of Aargau publishes its data, and it has a couple of demos to make it more.
Yes, thank you, Wolfgang. So I'm the lab guy, and the one who's still using SRE libraries, SRE tools, but I'm really glad to work with Canton, who helped us get rid of that crap. So I have to say a few words to our infrastructure, to data production, data integration. The data is maintained in the canton Aargau in the departments, decentralized. When the data is ready, they can put it on a central pool. This part is working very well. There are some wizards, quality checks, and so on. And the data is nightly transferred. It's all actually on this pool. That's proprietary tools involved. That's also the SD, and the transfer is made with F3 libraries and so on. This is how it works now. We also had WMS application, but this is done by demand manually, and this manual process is very dangerous in terms of reliable. There's no layer naming conventions. The process is too long, and it's really not so good. So we had some couple of WMS layers published, but it's not really usable to do this with a large amount of data. So we got this with the help of FOSS. We really got to make this WMS publication automatically. First step is the pipeline, automation pipeline. First step is to publish data, whereas now it's in SDE and SQL Server to a server with PostgreSQL. This is done over Java. The second steps, symbologies, these lyrics, which are all on a file system, are grabbed all and sent to the REST service. This lyrics to REST service and converted. The result is then saved in the database for the next step. And when this is done, the publication of all these layers is made first on a Java instance, and when the specialist in the department has approved this, it goes to the public instance. So the specialist has a preview, can look at the results, and then say it's okay, or you can call and we can deal with canton and fix errors, or suppose a workaround. So with this process, we have at the moment 650 around WMS layers, which is increasing. So I have a small demo to show you how this works, how the people are building their lyrics, and how this is converted to SLD. If this works with this link. So this is Marti Pro. People are going there building their maps, their layers with various symbologies. Some are simple, some are very complex. There are very complex label expressing filter expressions, value ranges, simple renders, image renders, and so on. There's really a big range of different symbologies. And you can go in ArcGIS very deep in the details here. This has been matched afterwards with lyrics to SLA to convert this. You really have to change to convert this. So the lyrics has a whole file system that's organized in department folders, and this is JSON. Lyrics is JSON format, and you can see it's a simple symbol, quite simple symbol, and the file is very large. So if we start using console, this conversion process, each of these files is grabbed as read and sent via REST interface, and that's the result. As we can see, it's XML, it's SLD, and as you can see, it's a very nice SLD. This is done every night with all the new layers that are on the pool. So the result is not processed immediately. It's stored in a database with some other metadata. We store this as JSON, as XML. The publication is make the service nightly. It's true nightly, and the configurations are made in GeoServer. It's hard to show to you, but this is an empty GeoServer, no layers, no data source, no workspace, no feature types. And when we start this process, the service reads this configuration of the database, each SLV, and is publishing via the REST API of GeoServer-Cloud. So this is the data we have seen already. This is step-by-step record. It's read and sent to GeoServer. If I trigger this publishing service, you can see there's something going on GeoServer. There are workspaces built. We have a draft, we have a workspace, and the layers appears. And for this about 600 to 1,000 layers, this process, I think it's due about 10 minutes, but it's likely nobody. Can see that. So we can see it's already running, but you can see in preview. It's looking colorful, it's looking nice, but the problem is this really writes biology. With the people, the specialists can have a look at this, they can compare, and they have to compare. And, we have really some problems that symbology is not quite the right thing. I can show you later, but it's really hard to match all these special cases. There are a lot of special cases to deal with. You can see it later. There's the capability file for the whole lot of layers, and this capability file is also enriched with additional metadata from our metadata catalog. It's not only the publishing process, the conversion process, it's also this metadata version. So for this, the process of quality, the improvement of the stats, this was quite heavy to deal with. We can see some samples. No. I think you missed the animations in the video. No. We have most complicated was real specialists that had very special things like a query for a label that's written VB. You can do everything bad in ArcGIS. You can write queries until this VB in Arcade, it's necessarily standard in Python, in whatever you want. And they came and said, what is not working in SLE? So that's where it was really hard. We should have written a new interpreter to deal with all this stuff. So we said, no, that's too much. We support some logical operators and or not with simple queries. The rest you have to do in your data. So that was no problem until now, but there are some cases where this isn't working, so these are the exceptions. Another thing is, I'll show you, is some missing dashes, some hash flows that are missing, some color ramps that are sorted the wrong way. Really some common use cases, but very much special cases. And what we could do, we looked with canton. So we found solutions for these special cases, but if it's really special, so we looked with the specialists to find a workaround. And that was a very good process. Specialists are really had to prepare the visual source of target. We listed the issues and made prioritization of this, and this kind of working way is not so version. So the conclusion is it really works. The pipeline is working every day. It's extremely stable, but we're not used to have a stable system with ArcGIS systems. So it's really nice to see that and have nothing to do with it. And the main thing is that the main things of the tools and knowledge systems is possible. We can't really get the users now to leave ArcGIS. They are really used to this system, and that's not working now. Maybe later, but and it's also not possible to have them write two symbologies. Okay, write it twice, write the lyrics of SLE. They won't do that. So it's working. As said, there are many WMS layers published, and until now people are very happy. But they have their data not really in the public, and now with nothing to do with their work here. The content is very good of the SMEs, and sure improvements must be done. And there are also some limitations we had. Still limitations, especially with the Arc SE as a data management system, because the server arcs in SE are built always in other systems, and you don't really get those server arcs, you lost them, so we had to import them from other systems, from the origin system. And some WMS with complex layer packages, with complex cartographics, we still believe on ArcGIS server, but it's not so bad. I think that's a thing to look later on. One possibility is also to convert a little bit the SLB manually with the console, and then improve it adjust it manually if there is really need to do this. The lessons learned. I think that's the last slide. The compatibility of the lyrics and SLA are better than expected. We thought there is a little things to match, but it's really a huge range of cases you can deal with. And the main challenge is really to map complex graphic symbologies. We have specialists here, they are really proud of their maps, and functional elements is to be all simple. It's a little bit. It's not cartographic, but yeah, that's really we found some compromise there. Yeah. Agile development has grown itself, and as always, there will be good to have a large community in this project. So it will help to improve this library.